Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's doing fine this Thursday morning. Isn't it Thursday? Is it Friday? It's Friday. It is Friday again. Sunday, Monday. What? It is Friday, guys. I'm only joking. It's not really Thursday. It is Friday, guys. It's the end of the week, guys, and we are here live for you, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me. That'd be absolutely fantastic. You great people, guys. Listen, look, we're gonna get straight into it. Of course, you know what? Lots of frustration, lots of annoyance, irritants going on at the moment in regards to Manchester United not getting anything done. We haven't got anything done yet, by the way. We haven't got anything done since the Cunha deal. Nothing has been done yet, although it is closer than you ever can imagine. Apparently, guys, what I'm being told. So, look, you know what? We're sitting here twiddling our thumbs. What are Ineos doing? What's going on? There are new circulations in regards to what Man United might do in regards to the striker department. Also, are Man United about to cover a vital area of the pitch that we've been talking about for a very long time, guys? We all know what that is, isn't it? Well, there's many parts of the pitch at the moment that need to be fixed, of course. But let me get straight into it. Firstly, of course, I'm going to start with the striker situation. None other than a player that I admire a lot before he even went to Saudi Arabia. It is indeed Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney, England international, of course, who went to Saudi Arabia, having smashed it at Brentford, absolutely smashed it at Brentford. The 29-year-old, who still is currently got 1 year, 2 years left on his contract. Got 2 years left on his contract. The 29-year-old is worth 25 million euros. So maybe Man United could strike a deal there without Ali. But then you think about the wage. How much wage is Ivan Toney on? Is Ivan Toney willing to take a pay cut, considering he's been earning this amount of money, of course, and he's probably got used to that lavish lifestyle, of course, guys. But he's a professional footballer, a great footballer. I agree. I disagreed with him going to Saudi Arabia so early in his career, but he's done well. And you know what? He's got back in the England side. Lo and behold, there you go, Jadon Sancho. Take note, guys. So Ivan Toney, look, I would prefer Ivan Toney to the likes of Ollie Watkins myself. I like this player. I think he's an absolute animal, and I think he's highly underrated, in my opinion. 7 caps, 1 goal for England. Calm personified. Do you remember the penalty against Switzerland in the European Championships? Calm. This is what I like about this guy. He's calm, and I think he'll be a great addition to Manchester United. And I think Man United should be looking at this deal. It is rumored that Ivan Toney would like a move back to England, of course, the Premier League. Why wouldn't he? He's still young. He's only 29, guys. He wears the number 99 shirt in Al Ali. So is that a sign that, you know, 99, we all know about 99. 99 is a big number for us, isn't it, at Manchester United, isn't it? So will he come back to the Premier League? And if he does, will he come back to Manchester United? And one thing I like about Ivan Toney, again, I like the road. I like the journey of certain players. And the journey of Ivan Toney obviously came from the lower divisions, you know, like Northampton Town, you know, and places like that, you know. So at the end of the day, look, you know, there's going to be strikers that are available that not necessarily ones that we think of off the cuff, that we think about, you know, oh, Osimhen, oh, Gyökeres, you know what I mean? Ollie Watkins and things like that. I would prefer Ivan Toney. That is my apparent, apart from Gyökeres and Osimhen, there's 2 strikers I want. It's Mateta or Ivan Toney, because I think that's something that we are missing. A little bit of presence, a little bit of power up front. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Big up, everyone. Thank you for joining me. How you all doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Absolutely. Let's read some of your comments, guys. Big up, everyone. Big up, Albie Burrows. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Really good to see you. Good to have you back on board, my friend. Good morning, you legend yourself, Red Devil Dave. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Big up, everyone. Good morning, British Bulldog. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Good morning, Timo. Morning all time. And now Brentford just pushed the damn button. Let's go. Guys, you know what the date is? It's the 4th of July. We've got 3 days. So Monday is the time that that is the deadline, apparently. That's the deadline we set on ourselves in regards to signing Mbeumo. Is it Mbeumo? Is it Mbeumo? Goodness me. I just want him to be in the Man United Football Club. That's all I want at the end of the day. So look, you know, yeah. 7th of July is the time. It's the day. Monday, the 7th of July is when apparently we're walking away, like Craig David once said, of course, guys. But you know what? We're definitely shouldn't be walking away because it'll make us look very incompetent after wasting 1 month on one player. Absolutely incompetence personified, of course, guys. Absolutely. Natty, good morning. Hope you're doing well. What's that? I think the ball are falling Amorim to be delivered. A failing Amorim. I think at the moment they are failing Amorim, if I'm being honest with you. We can't go into next season. We can't even, we really shouldn't be going into pre-season with one signing. We really should have a few signings in by now. And it is very, very disappointing. We should have had, like what I said, right? In June, you don't necessarily have to sign players in June, but players can be arranged to join on the 1st of July, just like Diego Leon, okay? So Diego Leon's in Manchester right now. Apparently he's in Manchester right now. So look, you can agree to a deal in June and say, here we go, Ornstein, Bomber, etc., etc. And then, you know what, they come in on the 1st of July officially, signed it on the dotted line with the photos and everything and the PR stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we've done that. Well, we haven't, have we? Because it's now, what, the 4th of July, guys. We're giving them a little space. So, okay, let's go back the 7th of July. Let's see what happens by the 7th of July, and let's see where we are. But the deals should be done by now. Absolutely, we need to get these deals over the line. This is getting a little bit crazy. It's getting a little bit worrying, a little bit treacherous in regards to everything, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Pearl. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up Benny, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up Sanjay. Big up Ellen, what's going on again, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Happy birthday to Ellen, guys. I wish for Mbumo Day. Wouldn't that be a great birthday present for Ellen? Let's give Ellen a happy birthday, guys. Happy birthday to Ellen. I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a fantastic day. Morning, Bill. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Any good news at the moment? I'm speaking about Even Tony. We're linked to Even Tony, which is a little bit of news coming out. I'm going to give a little bit of other news just now. Big up, happy birthday. There we go. Big up the community. Thank you so much, guys. Even Tony and Ollie Watkins. We might as well get bloody Alan Shearer as well and bloody Paul Ince. We might make our own little England team, but we might as well do that, isn't it? At the end of the day, look, it wouldn't be bad, would it? At the end of the day, we'd add a bit of presence, a bit of a spine to this already spineless team, isn't it, Bill? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I like both of these players. I think we're being very snobby when it comes to Ollie Watkins. I think the only thing I have a problem with is the price tag. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. David Zaz, what's going on, my friend? Isn't Tony earning for it? Yes, he is, but he may be willing to take a pay cut to come back to the Premier League. Obviously, he knows Man United and other teams in Europe cannot afford to pay that amount of money a week. What I would say about Even Tony is that I think he's a highly underrated player. He goes under the radar a little bit. Maybe it's unfashionable. He's an unfashionable player. Of course, coming from the lower division, playing for Brentford and then going to Al Ahly. But look, you know what? I wouldn't say no to Even Tony. I think he'd be brilliant. It'd be a brilliant figurehead up front. It'd be brilliant. If he can take a pay cut, that would be absolutely fantastic because I don't think anyone is going to be paying him $500,000 a week. Absolutely not. Definitely not in Europe. Big up, my friend. Big up. Happy birthday, Ellen. Absolutely. There you go. Cheap as chips, mate. Big up, Red Devils, Dave. Thank you, Benny. Big up, everyone. Big up. Sal, it is sad to see the Rashford, Garnacho, and Sancho in pre-season. They do not care about the football. They care about nothing is in pre-season at the moment. The pre-season starts on the 7th of July, as we know. It is going to be sad if we see them running out, walking out onto the training field. You know, everything's okay. Nothing ever happened before. Everything's okay. It does feel a little bit annoying that this could possibly happen, isn't it? That they might be back. I mean, goodness me. You know, hopefully Sancho will be gone soon. I mean, as far as I'm aware, the talks with Juventus have gone positively. So hopefully that can go over the line. Apparently, he would take a pay cut. I believe that when I see it. And you know what? It goes to show you how we are at the moment in regards to a football club, that we are so desperate to get rid of players as well as bringing in players. We're desperate to get rid of players as well. Now, guys, I want to talk about a player that has been around the block, been around on the Man United news over the last few years and is available. His name is Denzel Dumfries. Now, Denzel Dumfries, for me, and of it, I believe he will be a perfect signing for Manchester United. Why will Denzel Dumfries be a perfect signing for Man United? Again, a 29-year-old player. The reason he would be that, because I believe he will fit that right wing-back berth fantastically well, perfectly well, and will be like a player that could go there for a few years on that right wing back position. He is 29 years old, of course, so he won't be there long term, but for a few years he will be. Apparently, he's been allowed to go for as little as 25 million euros, guys. That is cheap as chips, absolutely. As someone in the comments just said, cheap as chips, absolutely. Chips are not cheap anymore, by the way. They used to be £1, which is £1, of course, but they are a lot more now. You probably have to pay a tenner. Guys, so which is £10. So basically, Denzel Dumfries is available for a transfer of 25 million euros. Manchester United face competition for Denzel Dumfries, of course. He is a highly talented player, but the possibility of him going to Barcelona is also a subject to behold. Barcelona also want Denzel Dumfries. So if Man United want Denzel Dumfries, they're going to have to act quickly and not be dumb, basically, like Denzel Dumfries. So you don't want to be dumb, be Denzel Dumfries, do you? You got to go out there and get the move done and not take your time. You know what I mean? It's getting ridiculous at the moment. Penny pinching and slothering your way to transfers and stuff like that at the moment. Absolutely. But Denzel Dumfries is a Dutch international, highly talented player, has been for many, many years, of course, guys. He started at the famous Sparta Rotterdam Academy, guys. So, yeah, I like this player. I think he'd be good. But the problem is, again, is the age. Are we going to be going a bit above the age group? We're looking for anything for 25, 26. I do believe that Man United need a bit of experience. I really do believe that. And I believe Man United should get a bit of experience. But obviously, we can't get too much experience. We can't get too many 29-year-olds. We need to think of the long term as well. If we get the likes of Ollie Watkins or even Tony or Dumfries, they're all like 29, all 29 years old. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it goes to show you where the talent is going, isn't it, at the end of the day? Where's all the up-and-comers? Do you know what I mean, at the end of the day? What's going on with the right wing-backs and the strikers? There's not many around at the moment, is there, guys? Absolutely not. Let's get through some of all your comments. Big up, absolutely. Big Dembo, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well, my friend. Good to see you. Big up, Chris. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Dembo. Hi, Sal. Good morning, mate. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Anybody up top is better than Hojlund. Dembo, what I would say, look, you know what? I like to look at things in a fair sort of subjective, objective, whatever you want to say, kind of way. I don't like to put the blame completely on one player because I think that is a collective of Man United. One thing I would say about strikers, right? I was raised in strikers that can make something out of nothing, could turn on a sixpence. As I said a couple of weeks ago about Chido Obi Martin, the game against Hong Kong. When he chested it down, he turned and he bent one in the corner. That's what great strikers do. They make something out of nothing, half chances. They make those half chances and they turn them into goals. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to see from Rasmus Hojlund. I haven't seen enough of this from Rasmus Hojlund. Although, in his defense, what I would say is that Rasmus Hojlund, from the beginning, has been thrown into the deep end. Just like Garnacho, just like Ahmad is, just like Yoro is, Aiden Heaven, all these players have been thrown into the deep end somewhat, especially the striker position, because the strikers are judged ultimately on goals, right? And you're playing in a team that, isn't really confident. There's not many leaders around the team. There's not anyone you could nurture you regards to strikers. There's no striker next to you could look at who's a seasoned pro. There's no one like that. So basically, Rasmus Hojlund has been thrown into the deep end and expected to be the goal scorer. In his first season, he scored a lot of goals. He actually broke some records as well, guys, at his age. And what I would say is that, the pressure has been put too much on him, in my opinion. Do I think we should sign him? No, I don't think we should sign him if we don't get a replacement. There was rumors yesterday, there was noise yesterday about the Rasmus Hojlund has more chance of leaving than staying. Now, if he leaves, he leaves. But what we need to understand is that FFP and PSR, Rasmus Hojlund can't leave for less than 40 million. Otherwise, it will affect FFP and PSR. I know it's crazy as it's. I think it's about 37 million, something like around that much. So that otherwise it will affect PSR and FFP. So that is one to look out for. But you know what? Man United needs strikers. Man United don't have any strikers. In my opinion, and I'm not saying that this is just my opinion, okay? I say that we need a experienced striker in there. We need to give Chido Obi Martin more time as well and rotate him with the experienced striker, in my opinion. What I'm seeing from Rasmus, I just don't think he quite has it. What you need to be a Manchester United player. I mean, there's many players out there who are playing for us right now who I don't think are Manchester United players, in my humblest of opinions. I'm sorry, but I don't. Big up, Dembo. Big up, Kenny. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Morning, Kenny Media 24. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I hope you're good. Dabby's ass. Embremo Cunha, kaboom. You got it there, Dabby's ass. You heard it here first. Kaboom. Absolutely, guys. Yes. Absolutely. Now, guys, you know, when we sign transfers, I want to thank Ben, my friend, for this. But when we sign transfers, you know that Mr. Fabrizio Romano has. Here we go. I'm gonna have done and dusted. Done and dusted. Done and dusted. That is my quote. That's mine. Copyrighted quote. Done and dusted. Man United have signed. Done and dusted. Absolutely. That's what you got to do. You got to spread that word around. Stretford Post, done and dusted. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be done and dusted. Absolutely, everyone. Big up, Mark. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Absolutely. Big up, Ellen. I hope you have a wonderful day, Ellen. I hope you have a beautiful day, of course, guys. Absolutely. Good to see you, my friend. Big up, Tyrell Gunner. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. RIP Jota. Yeah, I mean, obviously, very sad news yesterday. We also lost a great goalkeeper as well yesterday, guys. Rafai, of course, who played for Nigeria. Guys, a very, very good player, Peter Rafai. I'll tell you a story. I went to England versus Nigeria in 1994. England won 1-0 at Wembley Stadium. I was a big fan of that Nigerian team. I really like that Nigerian team of Ekpeba, Amakachi, Amuniki, Taribo West, JJ Okocha. That team, Nwenko Kanu, of course. Nwenko Kanu's cousin went to my wedding, by the way. But yeah, I was a big fan of that Nigerian football team. I thought it was one of the best teams I've seen. That team, if that team was around now, it'd probably win the World Cup. That's what I'm saying right now. An absolutely fabulous team. And Peter Rafai was a big part of that team. An absolutely domineering goalkeeper. I wouldn't mind Peter Rafai at Manchester United. He was such a big goalkeeper, strong goalkeeper, domineering, catches the ball, saves the ball. What you expect from a goalkeeper. And sadly, he passed away. It's been a very sad day, of course, with the actor as well, passing away as well. Michael Madsen as well is another one, guys. It's been a very sad 24 hours for us, you know. So let's get into football and try and bring positives around and stuff like that, because obviously, you know, it's hard to be positive about Man United, but we have to try it, of course, guys. Chadiga, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, bro. Happy to see you back live. Happy to see you too, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my guy. Really good, as usual. Big up, Dabby's ass. Big up. Hit the like and subscribe. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe button. We're well on our way to 12,000 subscribers, guys. Please also don't forget, can we get to 100 likes by the end of the show? Is that a possibility? Absolutely. Big up, Coco. Pray for your health and safety. I pray for yours as well, Coco. Absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, my friend. Really, really appreciate that. Well, it all depends on Manchester United in regards to our health and safety, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, the Man United fan base are going absolutely mad because the way that this transfer window is going. It's not quite going down to how we envisioned, is it? At the end of the day, when we think about the start of the transfer window, we signed Cunha and we were like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to get loads of players in. You know, Ineos are cooking. And then look, here we are. You know, what are we cooking, guys? What are we actually cooking? You know, what takes a month to cook? I don't know. Tell me, guys. Is it? I mean, wine doesn't cook. Wine, you know, wine just stays in the cellar and just matures, doesn't it? You can't leave a turkey in the oven for a month. So we're definitely not cooking. It's definitely burnt. That's one thing I would say. But yeah, it's, you know, we're dying. We're vying for transfers, guys. We need to get these transfers in the door. And we need to give ourselves a fighting chance next season. Look, it's not absolute. I'm not saying it's absolute that Man United must have the 19th of July, have to have all their players in. It would be nice around that time. It would be nice around that time. So we get a few weeks before the season starts to, you know, get those players into the team, practice the formation, the tactics and things like that. That would be great, wouldn't it? That would be great. I need a mug, right? I do need a mug saying that would be great. I do need that, don't I? Big up, my friend, Sagar David. Sagard, what's going on, my friend? Saga, let's call you Saga. Big up, happy birthday, Eva. And big up yourself. Lovely comment, Sammy. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're good. Mark, I've read that even Tony's childhood dream is to play Joel Snell Glazer, decipher Joel Snell Glazer. Goodness me. This is where all the slowness is coming from, isn't it, Mark? It's all old Joel Glazer's still involved in all the proceedings, isn't he? He's still involved in everything, all the everyday proceedings of Manchester United, the everyday goings on at Man United is Joel Glazer, isn't it? It's mad, isn't it? Big up Herbert. What's going on, my friend? United should consider a midfielder like Ederson. I think they have Herbert. I think Man United have considered Ederson. We spoke about Ederson many times on the show. Fantastic player, my friend. Fantastic player. They should also consider players like Richard Rios. Those type of players, of course, who are fantastic players. My favorite player at the moment, who I think would change Man United completely, is Adam Walton. I think he would change Man United. I really do think that. I think he'll be that spine that we need. It reminds me a little bit of Michael Carrick, that kind of ilk, you know what I mean? That kind of player. I think he's fantastic player and highly underrated, but obviously will be very, very expensive. Beckton, this is now getting ridiculous. I said the other day that, again, a new day and we are linked to two another players. These owners are a joke. Qatar in. Unfortunately, Beckton, I don't think Qatar are going to go anywhere near Manchester United at the moment, unfortunately. I'm in Qatar, by the way, I'm going on Monday. I'll be in Qatar, guys. I'm leaving on Sunday, but I'll be going on Monday, of course, to Qatar, and then I'm on my way to Italy. But you know what I would say is that we wanted this. Many of us wanted this. You know, and we needed this. This is what Man United needed. This is what Man United needed. Man United needed Qatar. Man United needed a full sale. Man United needed the debt cleared. Man United needed some of those players paid off their contracts and brought in a completely new team. It would have been a completely different scenario right now. We'd be singing from a completely different hymn sheet, of course. But unfortunately, that's come and gone. And there were a few people in the media in our own fan base that, you know what, have got blood on their hands. And I would say that right now. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not one of those guys who's going to be like, you know what, give them a chance. It's only look, at the end of the day, it's the 4th of July. I don't care if it's the 4th of July. The fact is the matter that Man United need work doing, a lot of work doing, not just one player in, one player. This is not a normal transfer window. You know, this is completely different. Man United came 15th. Man United need to make sure that doesn't happen again. So how do we make sure that doesn't happen again? Basically, signing 10 out. That's basically what Man United need. That's a rebuild. But, I mean, we've been begging for this, vying for this for many, many years. It doesn't seem to happen, doesn't it? Oh, 2 in, 1 out, 3 out, 1 in. It's like that. We're less of a squad now than we was this time last season. Last season, we had Varane, we had Rashford, we had Anthony, we had Garnacho, who probably leave as well. We had Sancho. We had all 5 players there. You know, we don't have any of those players there. Those players, I'm not saying that they should stay, but I'm saying that those players need to be replaced as well. Those players alone need to be replaced. Those players that we've lost need to be replaced. And then we have to build on top of that team. You know what I mean? Big up E6 Beckton. Big up Beckton. Massive. Hope you're doing well. Albie, don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you so much, Albie. You absolute legend. And please don't forget, you can too become a member. I've got some great material coming this summer, guys. Watch out for it. It's coming this summer. Don't worry about that. You're going to see some great content on the memberships and stuff. Thank you so much. Kevin, any updates on Bremo and Bumo? Look, there is an imminent, here we go. There is an imminent, here we go. And I believe we will hear something over the weekend. I really hope so. Monday is the 7th of July. This is the deadline that they put. You know, one thing, I did say it yesterday. I say it again. You know, you should never give yourself deadlines. You should never give your plan something and expose your plans. You know what I mean? Like we said, we're going to win a league in 2028. You should never, ever say that. I'll tell you why you shouldn't say that, because you never know what can happen before that. Saying that we want to win the league in 2008 is buying time. For me, it's buying time. It's a bit like when England said they're going to win the World Cup in 2022. Back 20 years ago, they said that they're going to win the Qatar World Cup in 2022. It was about 15 years ago. And what happened? They didn't win it. Stop buying time. Concentrate on what is now. What can we do now? Can we challenge now? What's it going to take to challenge now? Otherwise, leave the football club and let someone else own this bloody football club. Because at the end of the day, this football club needs a rebuild, a proper rebuild. No crap. We don't want any like penny pinching, snail paced transfer windows anymore. We've been down this road before and it doesn't work. Walk into the right decision. We're crawling at the moment, guys. We're crawling to the right decision. Absolutely. Channinga. The season is short. Ourselves, look at Arsenal, for example. They missed European competition 2021. They signed good players, partly my guys, Odegaard and Rice in the mix. Absolutely. Changinga, my friend, at the end of the day, you've got to spend the money. People think like they're like, oh, you could do things on a budget. Nothing has ever been achieved by doing things on a budget. Let me tell you, in every business, doing things on a budget, nothing's ever been achieved like that, right? Man United don't need budget at the moment. Man United need statements. Man United needs basically statement signing. I'm not talking about bank statements. I'm talking about statement signings. Man United need statement signings. That's what Man United need. Man United need a player you look at and go, wow, they signed him. Wow, that's amazing. That's what Man United need, right? Man United need a player like that. Man United need a player who come in, who can score 20, 30 goals, and we can move on. Do you know what I mean? Man United need a statement window. We need to finish this window by the start of the season and say, wow, what a window. You have to give them credit there. You have to give them credit. What a window. What a great window that was. You know, oh my goodness me. They're walking in like a boss. You know, Ineos are cooking. You know, that's what we need. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. And surprise, surprise, that is the situation that we predicted. That's not going to happen. You could talk about taking your time. Absolutely, you could talk about taking your time. But Man United are not in a position to take our time. Man United have got so much work to do, right? It's a bit like building a building or building an infrastructure and saying that, you know what, you got a deadline of like the 26th of July. We got to build this building, right? And you're sitting there with your cup of tea and say, I'm on tea break. I'm on tea break. I'm just relaxed. Don't worry about it. I'll be all right. But we only got a few weeks to build this building. We need it. We need it. And you're like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll take our time. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is what you know what? We walk to the right infrastructure. We're not going to run to the right infrastructure because that will build a more solid foundation for the future. Basically, that's what it is. That is Ineos to a T. Excuse the pun, guys. Excuse the pun. But that's what it is. And we shouldn't be faffing about here because that is what we're doing. You know, faffing about, you know, penny pinching. We've agreed a deal with Brentford, but we don't want that payment structure. We want to pay in our own way, installments, for goodness sake. Look, you know, we're treating Brentford like a bank. That's basically what we're doing. We're trying to get a mortgage. That's basically what we're doing at the moment. You know what I mean? And we're like, I can't afford that amount of money a month. Can I pay that amount of money? Is that better? Can I pay that amount of money? Can I stretch it out to 36 months or 36 years? It's terrible. Dembo, big up Dembo. I was at Old Trafford in the 80s, 90s, and 1000s. We had a minimum of 2 strikers. We had one in the last 2 years. It's 10 in the truth. Dembo, you're absolutely spot on. My argument would be that we used to play 4-4-2, so we used to have 4 strikers. So we used to have 2 replacements. Obviously, we know that we had Andy Cole, Dwight York, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Teddy Sheringham. Before that, we had Eric Cantona. We had Mark Hughes as well. Dion Dublin was there as well, guys. Absolutely. You know, I mean, we've always had great strikers, Berbatov, you know, Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney. We've always had good strikers. I don't think there's any limit that you can have. When you've got strikers, there's never enough strikers that you can have. And I think it's very important that you have more than one option because when you have more than one option, you have a different type of striker as well, something that can cause a different kind of a threat. When Man United were in our heyday and we were winning everything, we had like the likes of Ronaldo and Rooney and Tevez, 3 completely different strikers that offer 3 different things. You know, you got the grit, you got the talent, you got the pace, you got the finishing, you got everything there. Do you know what I mean? Nowadays, we got nothing. We've got absolutely nothing. We're actually up front. We're actually gone up front. Do you know what I mean? We're actually not, we got nothing up front. You know, we're literally playing most of the time with 10 men. I believe that we're actually playing with 10 men these days. And that's no disrespect, but it does feel that way. Sal, don't you think we should focus on the positions that need strengthening, like the midfield, keeper, striker, and look at the possible signings? I think we are, Red Devil Dave. I think we do need a right wing back. I think Man United do. I don't think Dalot is any good. I think we're very void on that right-hand side as well. Man United need a lot of work doing, Dave, you know. That we need, obviously, the number 10, the striker, another midfielder at 1 at least. We need a defender and we need a goalkeeper. Don't forget, we've lost Lindelof and Evans in defence as well. You know, so we're a little bit short there. We're going to be relying on youth next season. If Licha Martinez doesn't stay fit, we're in a little bit of a pickle. We're in a bit of a trouble. You know what I mean? So we've got Fredrickson, we've got Kalungi, we've got Aiden Heaven, we've got Yoro, we've got Mazruri. These are again young players. You know what I mean? And we're going to be relying on them next season. So it's going to be, you know what, Man United need a lot of work to do. This is why I don't think we should be at snail's pace right now. We should be running to the right decision. That's what we should be doing now, not taking our time. Hopefully we have some good news. Sancho goes, and that is one bit of good news, isn't it, at the end of the day? We signed Hojlund too early. What I would say in regards to Dabizas, maybe Hojlund needed to go on loan. Maybe Hojlund needed to be nurtured into the team, Dabizas. He needs to be nurtured in the team. The worst thing we did, the most incompetent thing we did, was get an unproven striker who's not proven to score goals, pay not 80, 90 million for the player, put that amount of pressure on the player, and then tell him you're going to be the main man at Man United and you're the one who's going to be scoring all the goals. I mean, that is ridiculous. That's incompetence of the highest order, isn't it? You know, we shouldn't have been doing things like that. Absolutely. Bill, didn't Ben James say Bremo deal being done by the 11th of July, or did I hear it wrong? 7th. Man United have aimed at the 7th of July. But you know what? I wouldn't take that as a gospel in regards to the 7th of July, because you know what I would say is that, you know, you're just narrowing down your expectations, isn't it? Are Man United going to walk away after the 7th of July? Do you know what I mean? Ben Jacobs did say, he clarified what I said last week. Exactly what I said is that the deal has been accepted in regards to the fee. It's not so much about the fee, 62.5 million. It's more to do with the payment structure of how Man United are going to pay for the deal. And Man United, obviously Brentford are saying, right, Man United are willing to pay for Brentford the fee, and Man United are willing to pay more than the actual fee that was asked for. So Man United could pay more if they spread the deal out longer. So if they pay in installments, that's what Man United are trying to do. Brentford are not agreeing to this. Brentford want a less fee, but more upfront. So basically, you know, this is what we're trying to negotiate. Man United don't want to pay more upfront because obviously FFP and PSR, if they stretch it out, it's going to help them a little bit more, and we have more breathing space with FFP and PSR, etc. Big up, Toby. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up, my friend Sammy. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Yeah, quickest. Let's get to 100 likes. Quickest 100 likes, guys. Let's get this smash on. Big up yourself. Big up, Chris. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, just because they run the ball don't mean they're amazing. Rasmus isn't that. Big up, Chris. Big up Rafai, Peter Rafai. Big up RIP Peter Rafai. Speaking about him earlier, absolutely great goalkeeper for Nigeria, especially during the heyday of Nigeria, the 1994 to 1998 team. Olympic winning team, of course, guys. Absolutely brilliant team that was. Bill, Sal, I heard they might take a hit on Hojlund and sell him for less than we got him. They're going to take a hit, 100%. But the problem is going to be the FFP and PSR. If Man United don't sell him for around 40 million, they're going to get hit on PSR and FFP. 40 million is still a loss on Rasmus Hojlund. It's a significant loss. It's almost half the price. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Whoever sanctioned that deal is absolutely ridiculous, and it was a desperation deal, in my opinion. Chandiga, Man United should not think on missing European competition. We need to spend and bounce back this season. One thing people are telling me, and I spoke about this briefly the other day about Chelsea and signing too many players. Oh, they can't all play in the same team at once. You know, look, what I would say is that these teams are focused on qualifying for the Champions League, and they do not want to miss out on the Champions League, you know, due to injuries and things like that. They're getting prepared. They want to solidify that Champions League spot. Why? Because this Super Champions League, look how much it's worth. 100 million a year minimum. This Super Champions League is worth. You know? So they're thinking, you know what? We can't miss out on this Champions League. We cannot miss out on this Champions League. What annoys me the most is that Tottenham won the Europa League, right? And they're not doing anything this transfer window. Again, Daniel Levi is putting that money in his pocket, isn't he? Putting that money in his pocket again. Do you know what I mean? Sickening. Man United should have won that Europa League because we deserve it, so to speak. We deserve Champions League football. I mean, not on the pitch, but as a football club, we should be in the Champions League, you know? And we would have probably signed some more players, you know what I mean? More than Tottenham would have done, you know? So the Champions League is very important. This is why these squads right now are trying to build a squad. What Ineos are failing to remember, what they're ignoring, right? What they are ignoring is the fact that they're thinking that, you know what, these other teams, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, are not going to improve. You know, they're thinking that those teams will stay static whilst we buy players and we catch up. Nah, those teams are going to sign players and carry on getting further and further away. This is why Man United needed to absolutely go mad this window. We don't need walking pace, guys. This is the last time we need walking pace. We're on the finish line. We can see the finish line, right? If we're 100 meters, right? Do you say, look, this is basically what it is. All those teams are, you know, you've got Linford Christie, you've got, you know, Usain Bolt, next to us, right? And you're like, you know what I'm going to do? It's 100 meters, but you know what? I'm going to walk it for the first 10 meters. I'm going to walk it for the first 20 meters. And you know what? I will get there in the end. not knowing that those players, those sprinters are elevating and then they're going to go right past you and then they get further and further and further away from you. You know, this is the problem that Man United think. They're thinking on the basis that none of these teams are going to improve and we're going to improve and they're not going to improve and we're going to catch up. They're already going further and further and further away from us. You know, look at Chelsea came above us. Arsenal came above us. Liverpool came above us and they're improving. You know? Absolutely. Big up, Toby, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Natty. Sal, we are the only club and the players decide whether they go or not. It's amazing. Yeah, this is why we needed a full Sal at the end of the day. We needed someone to come into that football club and say, right, Rashford, Sancho, you're not wanted. Here's your money. Get out of here. We're not wanted anymore. Good luck in your future endeavors. That's what it should have been. That's what we needed. At the moment, we're like, oh, Luke Shaw, oh, he's on 200 grand a week. Oh, we can't pay him another 2 years, 200 grand a week. That's going to cost too much money. We can't get rid of him. That's going to be too much money. That's the problem we're having at the moment. And then when you think about Sancho, he's on 300 grand a week. And, you know, imagine paying 300 grand a week, paying his contract off. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Even Tony, no, not at his age. Osman is much better. He is much better, but Osman wants Champions League football, John, doesn't he? Natty, Sal, did the owners our first 5 fixtures? I bet they do not know. They do not care about this football club. I want to be positive, but it does not seem that way. Natty, it's very hard to be positive, and I understand it's very difficult at the moment. And being positive, you can be deemed to be toxic positivity. I think toxic positivity is just as bad as toxic negativity. You know what I mean? I think it's just as bad, in fact, worse, because it's deceiving. You know, so what I would say is that you have every right to be concerned. I'm concerned. You have every right. And there are people who sit in front of a green screen on TikTok who try to be positive, or too positive, and he makes you want to, you know what I mean? Because they're so positive about Ineos, because they supported Ineos at the beginning and they don't have the intelligence to look at things objectively. They look at things like from their own opinion, and I don't want to be proven wrong sort of thing. That's what they do. Unfortunately, you know what? We got a few of the fans like that. I care about Manchester United Football Club. That's what I care about right now. I care about, the start of next season. I care about how Ruben Amorim is going to go into next season. Is he going to be thrown into the Lions? That's what I care about, because at the moment it looks like he's being thrown into the Lions and the Sharks at the same time. And we need to make sure that this doesn't happen. And with their guy, which Ruben Amorim is their guy. They chose this guy. They knew about this guy's tactics, his distinctive style of play. Why are they not backing him? They didn't back him in January. And I said they needed to get him at least one striker. They didn't back him. Dorgu was pre-planned. They didn't back him, right? And now they're not backing him in the biggest window probably in our history. And let's be real, guys. This is Manchester United's biggest window in our history. We can, right now, right, Manchester United can go 2 ways. We can either go further into the abyss or we can go up, right? This is an opportunity here. This is the ultimate test. This is a test for Ineos. This is not time to hit the snooze button. This is not the time to relax. This is the ultimate test for Ineos. This is where you show us about your prowesses, your best in class. Show us that you actually mean business. Show us that you care what happens on the football pitch and not just a regeneration project. Show us that you care about the football club, that you care about results, because we all know that this team right now is not good enough. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to fix it? Or are you going to just try and squeeze water from a stone and hope that these players become good players and top 4 players all of a sudden? Forgetting that Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City have all improved. It's absolutely insanity. And we should not accept this, and we should not be spreading toxic positivity. You have cautious optimism. Always cautious optimism is important. You can't be doom and gloom 100%. There is a little bit of a middle ground. But some people are like this with the positivity for no reason at all. They're only trusting Ineos because that is who they put their faith in from the beginning blindly. They're walking through hell with a blindfold. That's what they're doing at the moment. And that is just as bad as toxic negativity, guys, in my opinion. Big up, Darren. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. So sad what happened to Jota and his brother. It's a shame Liverpool fans didn't show the same respect about the players who died for our club back in the 70s and 80s. Darren, what separates us from other football clubs is that we're not like anyone else. As a football club, we've suffered more adversity than any other football club in the world, right? We suffered the Munich air disaster, of course, as well. So when you think about what's happened to Man United, we think about adversity, right? And we think about where we came from. We think about that when we think about footballers. We look at them on a human level. You know what I mean? We can't expect others to be like us because we're classy. We're different. You can't buy a class at the end of the day. What happened to Diego Jota was absolutely horrible. Great player. Man United were interested in him, as well, back before he signed for Liverpool. And even when he signed for Liverpool, I wished him the best of luck. And I said, he's a good player. They've got a good player there, So, yeah, it is very sad what's happened. It's also sad what's happened to Peter Rafai, of course. And you know what? I feel sad. It was a sad day for football yesterday. A real sad day for football. And there was also the Bayern Munich coach that passed away as well. It was an horrible day for football. And, and the difference between Man United and other teams, not just Liverpool, is that we understand about the tragedy. We understand it. We are raised learning about Manchester United and how we came from tragedy. That's where we came from, the Busby Babes, you know what I mean? And even back in the Newton Heath days, the guys who passed away before. Look, we can't expect people to be like us, but one thing we say is that we will always stay classy and we'll always give our condolences where due, of course, because we do feel it, absolutely. Big up Dabby says, big up UK Darren, good comment, my friend. A Man United transfer pace reminds me of a song about Barracuda by Heart, 1977. Haven't heard it. I'm going to have a look at it. Big up, my friend. Big up Mauritius. Big up the paradise, which is Mauritius. Hope you're doing well. Love Mauritius, of course. Big up yourself. Big up Mark. What's going on? Good morning. How you doing? We are going to meltdown now because we didn't sign players, and then just like that, everything changes, and we can all sign our targets because we all are in place. Then it's happy meltdown. At the moment, Mark, what I would say is that earlier the better. I would say that because we got our preseason starting on the 7th of July. That is when preseason training starts. I want to give Ruben Amorim the best chance possible to work on his tactics and his formation. That's what I want. At the moment, we are slow, and and that is a fact. And this isn't like Man United in the 1990s. Where we were successful. We're not. We're not Man United like back when we were successful because you know what? We only needed one or two players to fine tune the team. We need a new team, basically. Do you know what I mean? And players out, players in, and we can't be resting on our laurels. Snooze, you lose, and we are losing at the moment. And we can paint this any way we want. We can polish a turd any way we want. This is, we can't be patient. We have to hold them accountable. We do. This is why we needed a full sale. But unfortunately, we got the vanity project. Lies around me. Big up yourself. Morning sale. Xerxes, Watkins and Cheeto. I'll be cool with that this season. Big up, my friend. Lies around me. Hope you're doing well. Good comment. Patience. It will take shape. Just be strong. Mark, I think people are strong. I think people are being strong, Mark. But we also have to be cautiously optimistic and cautiously zealous as well. And cautiously pessimistic as well. You can't just say this. You can't do that, mate. You can't. You people know me. I've been patient. But you can't be like here. We could sign in Mbeumo. You could be happy. That's not enough. Man United need a wing back. Man United need a midfielder. Man United need a striker. Man United need a defender. Man United need a goalkeeper. Now, we're not going to get all those done by the 19th of July when we have our first game against Leeds United. Patience is good. Sure, we're patient. But at the same time, Man United came 15th last year. We have to make sure that we are ready next year. And Ruben Amorim gets a fair crack at the whip as well. Because if he gets all these players in at the last minute, they're going to do a Ugarte, isn't it? They're going to have a Ugarte and a De Ligt. Inconsistent. They're going to, that is why Ugarte was inconsistent last season, because he didn't have a pre-season. That's what's going to happen. We need the players to have a pre-season. We need the majority, I'm not saying all, the majority of the players in. Because these players that we have currently are not good enough. What they're doing at the moment, since last summer, the summer was okay. But since then, everyone, you'll be a fool to think that they've been good because they haven't. Everything that they've done since last summer has been shit. So we have to be cautious in regards to our opinion. We can't be jumping and head first because we believe in good old Jim, the man born and bred Man United fan, my ass. You know? Natty, Sal, do you know loan now Rashford, sell him in August? I think we might not have a choice, Natty. Do you know what I mean? At the end of that, I think we might not have a choice. The media and haters didn't want the change. They knew that we back then. They didn't want Man United to be successful. They didn't want Man United to wake up from their slumber. You know, they wanted Man United to have Jim Ratcliffe. That's what they wanted. They didn't want Man United to have a billionaire owner because they know Man United with a billionaire owner. Let me tell you, Man United organically make money. Imagine Man United without debt. Imagine Man United in a place of plus financial difference. Imagine what it could bring to Man United. We won't even need the billionaire. All we needed, right, was someone to come in and clear that debt. That's what we needed, right? And once they cleared that debt, Qatar wouldn't need to put in their billions. You know, because we would already organically make so much money. Our FFP and our PSR would have been through the roof. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Smash a like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Natty. Big up yourself. I hope you're doing well. Let's hope Diogo Jota is smiling, looking at internet in heaven. Big up. Yeah, I hope so. I hope he's a better place. This world is merely a stepping stone, my friend. Big up yourself. Hope you're well. Chadiga, Man United, not for individual player. They need to change the behavior. Being the top scorer doesn't mean you're the bigger than the club, leading to misbehavior. Absolutely. Players are allowed to fight for the badge and the trophy. Absolutely. It's all about the badge, mate, and it's all about our history and our heritage. That's what it's all about, and understanding who we are. And that we have. I don't think, subject to what they say, these players say, I don't think these players really understand. A lot of these players know what it means to play for Manchester United. Certainly, a lot of those players right now who are, second guessing their wages and things like that, and talking on the internet certainly don't. United needed the window that Liverpool having, and they won the league. Liverpool window looks as if they were 15th. Mark, absolutely, and this is exactly what we're saying. Man United needed Liverpool's window right now, so far, and that's so far, Mark. That's so far. They haven't, I mean, they're after other players as well. They're after a striker as well. They're getting the players. Look, if you think about it realistically, let's think about this realistically, right? Liverpool have champions, right? They're signing a number 10. We need a number 10. They're going after a striker. They almost signed one. We need a striker. They got a right wing back. We need a right wing back. They got a left back. We probably need a left back as well. Incredible. Big up, Philip. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Morning, sir. I think we only got 3 more players this year, and promo a sticker and a sticker and a keeper. Hopefully, we don't get a sticker. Hopefully, it's a shiny one. We absolutely. They will say we only have Premier League next season. Glazers out. Absolutely, Philip Cosgrove. Great comment, mate. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Benny. I'd settle 4 or 5 in and 6 at this stage, Sal. New top thrower, goalkeeper, and a right wing back. Benny, if that happens, my goodness me, I'll shave my hair off. If we got 4 or 5 players in, I'll shave my hair off, guys. I would, because at the end of the day, I'm looking at it right now and thinking, are we going to get 4 or 5 players in? It's just like you're sort of on Bleak Street at the moment, isn't it? You're thinking about, doom and gloom room, you know what I mean? And it's not very nice at the moment. It's not a good feeling within the fan base and stuff like that. Congratulations on Juan Mats for award he win. What's Juan Mats, my friend? Big up yourself. We can not get rid of the Glazers now, but we buy merchandise. It will be impossible. Yeah, season tickets need to be cancelled and so. Mark, United are not calling us out. We are being pulled by the rope, lifeless. Big up, my friend. Big up, Mark. Mark, Man United need new owners and then 0 there. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, Mark. Morning, brother. How you doing? Great. How you doing? Hope you're well. Another Groundhog Day in the transfer window for us, Sal. So many bloody rumours. Happy birthday, Ellen. There you go, Ellen. Happy birthday again. Absolutely. Hopefully, we get a surprise. Hopefully, for Ellen, Man United, for Ellen, get a here we go on Mbumo. Here we go in Mbumo for Ellen's birthday, guys. That's what we need. Absolutely. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Dave, a rebuild starts off the pitch. Get the mentality, positivity, attitude, mindset right in training and the locker room, and it will be shown on the pitch. Spot on, Dave. Spot on. And the last thing we need, Dave, is Rashford, Sancho, and all these idiots coming back to training, infecting our squad again, the young players, because we've got a young team. We don't need any distractions, guys. They need to be cut off from the squad. I don't want to see those guys in America on the preseason. I don't want to see those. Absolutely not. Forget that. That will be a nightmare. What's the point? What is the point? Natty, Sal, do you think they did not sign strikers because they are waiting on your carers? I mean, Natty, look, I hope so, mate. I hope so. What I'm hearing is that Man United are focusing on Mbeumo. They're focusing on him. And when they get Mbeumo through the door, then they're going to focus on the striker. They're doing one at a time at the moment. They're like, hold on. We got it. We got this. Let's do this one first. Hold there. Wait, hold there. They're not doing it. They're just focused on one thing at a time, tunnel vision at the moment. And that's not what Man United need. Man United need more deals done, more than one deal done at a time. Guys, 64 likes already this morning. So come on and please smash the like buttons. Come on, guys. Can we get to 100 likes today? Can we get to 100 likes today? Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Come on. Thank you so much, guys. You're absolute legends. Chadiga, you're right, bro. We're building. We need players who are willing to play for the team and the badge. And any player who's not having the heart to play for us, he can leave and deny us like others did. Absolutely, mate. This is spot on, Chadiga, my friend. We need players who want to play for this football club. Absolutely. If we don't have players who want to play for this football club, but will play for this football club 100% and give their all for the football club, that's what we need at the end of the day. 100%. You don't have to support Man United. You don't have to be a fan of Man United. All that matters is that you give 100% on the pitch and fight for the cause and fight for the badge. Roy Keane weren't Man United fans. Roy Keane was a Tottenham fan. Do you know what I mean? There weren't many Man United fans in the treble-winning team, subject to popular belief, Sammy, I think we will get 4 players. I think we need more, but 4 players is a start, isn't it, at the end of the day? As long as they're 4 very, very good players, of course. Benny, you said 10 men, Sal. I say 9 men when the factor of another. True, very true. I say 8 when you factor the referee as well. You know what I mean? As well. We're playing against 12 men. I think we're playing against 12 against 8. Absolutely. Or 12 against 10. And 12 against 9, sorry. I think we're playing 12 against 9. So how many signings after Mbeumo and Cunha? Striker and a goalkeeper, I think we get. But anything can change as the window goes on. I think things can change. We might not get a goalkeeper. We might get a midfielder. I think we're going to get one or the other. I don't think we're going to get both. I think we're going to get a striker. We're going to get Mbeumo. We're going to get a midfielder or a goalkeeper. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's how I think. What I'm hearing and stuff like that's what I'm thinking. What's going on with Rashford and Bayern? Bayern Munich are interested in Rashford, but again, the wages are a stumbling block. Bayern Munich look to be doing a loan. They want to do a loan. I cannot fathom how Bayern Munich would want Rashford. Bayern Munich obviously have Musiala, Harry Kane, Elise. They have all these players in their team already. So Rashford will be hugging that bench. Don't make no mistake about it. He will be on the bench, So strange, but I don't know if Bayern are going to buy him. Absolutely. Payment structures, SC. That's what we are. Absolutely, Kenny. E6 Becton, what's my friend? The gym rat recruits a manager that can only play one system with no plan B. See, we finished 15th to keep him. He needs a whole load of players, and his Chelsea supporters just signed Cunha by July. And that's not his fault, though. He does have a plan B and a C. Unfortunately, his plan B and C requires players with high intelligence. We don't have players with high intelligence, unfortunately. Because if you look at the way Sporting Lisbon played, they did transcend into different formations. Becton, our owners should definitely be keeping money like Levi. Would be definitely, absolutely, maybe. Have United got Mbeumo? Nearly, Luna. Look, Luna, just play it by ear. I will be live when we go live for the Here We Go. For the breaking news of Mbeumo signing for Manchester United, I will be live on this stream, guys, when it breaks. Absolutely. Bello, Rashid, how you doing, my friend? We need to clear out the deadwoods. I agree with that, Bello. I mean, it's God sent that we need a proper rebuild, don't we? 10 in, 10 out sort of thing. Doesn't look like it's going to be like that this summer. Again, Sal, in Amorim, first summer, they are slowing in transfers. They do not know what they are doing. Arrogant people. I agree, Natty. Very, very full of themselves. And you can tell that by the way that their lack of communication with Manchester United fans. They're not talking to Man United fans. They're not giving Man United fans any updates or anything like that. No outgoings at the moment, Kenny. This is what I'm talking about, Kenny. You know what I mean? There are people out there who are talking about, the deal is done with Rashford, Sancho and Juventus. It's not done yet. I'm not saying it won't be done, but it's not done yet. There are people out there, tier 3 journalists and and non-Man United fans who pretend to be Man United fans. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Who come out and act like they're journalists sitting in Thailand. Do you know what I mean, Kenny? And, we got to stop stay away from them sort of people and brush them aside and listen to the real journalists and things like that. Because at the moment, Sancho's in talks with Juventus. Sancho, has had positive talks with Juventus, as it was announced that 3 weeks ago that he's going to be speaking to Juventus anyway. Sancho has had positive, and I said it on the show, Sancho has had positive talks with Juventus, but Juventus are still a bit of a way away in regards to the price and the fee, the price and the wages at the moment. So, absolutely. Saviour, good morning. Sir, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Following you today and just waiting for the day we sign in Boomo. Come on, and your carers. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it, Saviour, my friend? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Sammy, what is in Boomer news? We are signing yet. Big up, Sammy. Nearly there, mate. It's annoying, I know, brother. It's annoying. Chandiga, Ineos and the Glazers, if they do not back Amorim with these preferred players, bro, they'll get him sacked and we'll suffering for a long cause. Any coach coming in comes in different playing style. Chandiga, what I would say, any coach coming in would fail because all those coaches are not going to be backed. This is showing you this is their plan. This is their plan. Any manager that comes in, we're not going to back him properly. That's basically what they say. Look at Maresca. They're backing him. You know what I mean? Chelsea, backing him. Look at Liverpool. Look at, Arne Slot, backing him. We are not backing up. We cannot turn around and say they've backed Amorim. We could turn around and say, yeah, they backed Ten Hag. Right? You could say that. But right now, our manager is Ruben Amorim. And we can't turn around to anyone and say that, oh, well, you know what? At least they backed him. They backed him. We can't say that. So sacking him would be insanity, wouldn't it? But at the end of the day, the problem with a lot of the fan base is that they're not going to remember this transfer window. They're not going to look at the context. And when he gets sacked, they go, well, you know what, results weren't good anyway. They won't think about, oh, but the transfer window weren't good anyway. When we lost the Europa League final, people weren't thinking about January when we were screaming out for a striker. You know what I mean? In January, saying that we need to get him a striker. I bet, we'll lose the final 1-0. We said it last January. We'll lose the final against Tottenham 1-0. We said it last January that we needed a striker, and we didn't get one. Absolute insanity. Big up, Chadiga. Inter Milan should try to sign Andre and Nana. Big up, my friend. Big up, of course. Inter Milan, how much would it cost? It probably costs about 25 to 40 million euros, around that much. The problem is, Kevin, is that his wages are astronomical at the moment at Saudi Arabia. Will he take a pay cut to come back to the Premier League? That is the one. He's certainly not going to be getting 400,000 a week. That's a given, isn't it? So he might want to come back to England. He's already a millionaire. He'd probably come back to England and probably earn a little bit less money and play in the Premier League again. Grayo, 72 likes, guys. 80 likes. Come on, let's get to 100 likes, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. So come on, guys. Show your appreciated sound. Smash the like button, subscribe. We're way to 12,000 subscribers. Come on, guys. Let's smash it. Let's get those subscribers up, guys. Let's get it up. Let's get it out. Let's get it to 12,000. Come on. We need to get to 12,000 soon. Janir, I'm United fan, Lafana. I love Man United. Follow and watch United matches, including women and reserve. Big up, Chandiga. You are a legend, my friend. Big up yourself. Hope you're well. Big up, Grayo, of course. I accidentally hid Samuel Mark Ingram. Why? Oh, mate. I can't hide him, mate. Did you hide him or block him? I can't unhide him. Mark. Sorry, mate. Be careful, Grayo, bruv. Mate, I can't unhide him now. I can't unhide him. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at this. 1 second. Hidden. Hold on. Is it Mark Ingram or Mark Angus? Is it Mark Ingram or Mark Angus? Mark Ingram. Mark Angus. There we go. All good. All good, Mark. All good, Grayo. We got it, Grayo. We got it. Mark Ingram is back. I think it's Mark Angus. Big up. Dabizaz Samuel is back now. Don't know what happened there. Dabizaz Samuel is back now. Don't know what happened there. No problem. Infos need to consider building a team instead of building the stadium. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much, my friends. Big up, Michael. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up, Mr. Newt. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up everyone who's joined me today. Guys, you're absolute legends. Guys, can we get to 100 likes before today, guys? Can we do that, guys? Glazers out, absolutely. Georgie, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Will be our only signing. Oh, there we go, Georgie. That's tough. Absolute. That's a load of rubbish. Absolutely, it is a load of rubbish. Big up, Earthfan. How you doing? Big up, Milton. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Amorim will find it very difficult immediately unless a couple of deals close. Absolutely, bruv. Absolutely. Big up, my friend Rich. What's going on, my friend? Big up, Dabby's ass, of course. Big up, everyone. 100 likes, 90 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Big up, Xavier, of course. Big up, everyone. Guys, thank you so much. I will be back later on for Chatterbox, of course. Please don't forget to put your notifications on. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. 10 more mics. We'll probably get that by the end of the day. Big up, Kenny. Guys, thank you very much. You know what? I will be live if anything breaks. I mean, hopefully, if anything breaks. I want to also tell you guys on Monday, I won't be doing any streams on Monday because I'm leaving to go to Italy, of course, via Qatar. And I will be back on Tuesday when I'm back this weekend and everything like that, but I'm talking about on Monday. I will be live later on today and Saturday and Sunday, but on Monday I'm traveling. So just to let you know in advance, of course, guys. Guys, hopefully something breaks, guys, and hopefully we get the news that we've all been craving for, guys. You're absolute legends. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn, and have a fabulous, fabulous day, guys. See you soon for Chatterbox. Take it easy, guys. Peace.